Hello, hello, hello. This is your boy Brandon Correia, aka EF Hunt of Entertainment, and we are back with another review. And we got She-Hulk episode 3, and shouldn't be a long video. And if you notice that I didn't have my episode 2 review up, if you watch my Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon episode 2 review, I mentioned that I was having some technical issues with stuff I record on, and it seems like we're okay now, but I was having problems then when I was trying to record and edit that particular video. So honestly, I just had to scrap it and skip it and move on. So yeah, I'm just gonna cover episode 3. I'm gonna talk about episode 2 briefly, but not too much. Just focus. There isn't too much to talk about anyway. So let's get right into this. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you think you'd be interested in content like this, TV show reviews, I got House of the Dragon reviews on here. Lord of the Rings is dropping not this week as of if you're watching this video. So I'm going to be having reviews for that. Andor's dropping in a couple weeks. So I'm going to be having a lot of the big name IP reviews up on the channel. So if you're interested in that stuff, make sure you subscribe. You won't regret it. Got some great coverage. And I also got my long form, the Brandon Correia podcast on here with my co-host Demar. If you're interested in that stuff, check that out. So let's get right into this. So just briefly covering episode 2. Not too much happened in episode 2. We see the introduction of Emil Blonsky, which we know that Tim Roth, and his take on Abomination was coming back to She-Hulk. So we basically just see their introduction. They have a conversation about how he's rehabilitated. We see that he's reached out to Bruce. Bruce is okay with Jen taking the case and helping him trying to get his freedom. And then at the end of the episode 2, we actually see that the footage of Wong fighting Abomination in Shang-Chi, when we saw that event happen, someone was recording it and that footage was shown, and basically that they were just kind of showing that was going to be used against him to keep him in prison. Now coming to episode 3, one of the, I guess, things that I was wondering, or I was a little, I don't want to say concerned, but things that I was thinking about with episode 2 and even not so much episode 1, more episode 2 is, I guess I thought because of the character of She-Hulk, who she is in the comics, her fourth wall breaking, I thought it might have been a little bit more, I thought the show might have been a tad bit funnier, and like, I don't want to say in the form of cracking jokes, but I just thought, I don't know, I didn't really get that from episode 2. But with episode 3, I think I got more of the feeling that I thought I would get with She-Hulk, which would be the courtroom drama feel and the Ally McBeal feel with a courtroom, not a courtroom drama, but a courtroom show that's lighthearted and fun. And this episode, I got that feel a lot. And it wasn't even with Jennifer Walters. There was kind of like a B storyline with the self-centered, misogynistic, delusional lawyer that she worked with at the DA's office. He basically thought there was a shapeshifter, an Asgardian shapeshifter that basically transformed herself into Meg the Stallion, and he got tricked into basically spending $175,000 on her, thinking that it was Meg the Stallion. And even though he kind of knew that it was a shapeshifter, he was embarrassed that it came out, so he basically wanted to sue. So there was just this whole side storyline that was going on with I can't remember the lawyer's name, but the guy that I was saying in my episode 1 review, that was Adrian Chase, I think, from Arrow, the Arrowverse. That lawyer was basically defending him, and there was basically a lot of focus on that. There actually even there was a point where Jennifer Walters came in on that case as a witness. So it wasn't even the focus was really on her. But while that was going on, there was really just, with regards to Jennifer Walters, it was really just her trying to get a hold of Wong so that Wong could explain what was happening with Abomination. And spoilers ahead. If I know I didn't say it at the beginning, but this is a spoiler review. So honestly, I'm not going to lie. The reason that they said Wong took him out was kind of I get it, but it was a little lame in a sense. So basically what he said was he was trying to train to just be a better Sorcerer Supreme. So he was I needed a strong opponent. So obviously Emil Blonsky, Abomination, near Hulk level, is one of the strongest people on the planet, right? So Wong went, he's yo, come true, come, you know what I mean? Let me fight. And he's they even explain that, and you know what? Thinking about it now, I guess it's not too lame, because as much as Wong was like, yeah, like, I'm going to take you. He's like, you could come to Kamartaj and like just live free. Cause I'm guessing Wong is obviously a good guy. You know what I mean? Like Doctor Strange is usually the one that tries to like push the boundaries a little bit. So Wong is usually kind of a little bit more reserved and more just like level-headed when dealing with that stuff. So like I really feel like Wong got a sense of Emil Blonsky and Abomination and was like, you know what? I really do feel like you're reformed, so you could live in Karmatage. And he was like, yo, it's beautiful out here. And you know what I mean? It is. Like, it's nice out there, right? So, and he was like, nah, like, I'm going to go back to prison and like serve my sentence. So like, we basically get that information showing that he is like a changed person. And again, like this could be like a hoax, and he could just be pulling, you know what I mean? Pulling the wool over people's eyes. But it seems like he is kind of rehabilitated. And even when it comes to the end of the episode where they're finally giving like the verdict, and she's giving the case to try and get him out after kind of like the B side storyline was resolved. Funny part, we actually see the 7 soulmates show up, and it's all women, and they're all just like in love with him. And there's a point where like the judges or like the parole board is basically like, so what's going to happen if he transforms into Abomination and goes crazy? And then you see him just basically take his clothes off and transform and show everyone that he's in control, like Professor Hulk, like She-Hulk, that he's fully in control of the Abomination. And funny part is that it cuts back to the 7 women, and they're just like all snap. They're just like, oh my God. Like they're all super excited seeing this man just set an abomination for him. And I'm like, yo, this is about to be like a abomination orgy with these 7 women. Yo, I'm like, this man's about to be living life. That's why he's trying to go back to prison. Cause he said he met these women in the prison pen pal system. That's why the man was trying to go back to prison. He wasn't trying to serve his debt. He was trying to go back to make sure that he could connect with the 7 pen pals that got him the plot of land for the man to live on. Right. And even just going back to the rehabilitation of him, they even got other witnesses in the jail showing how like he's just become a better person. I still do think that he's going to be on the Thunderbolts, but I do think that he is going to be like a good person. And for the most part, like the people on the Thunderbolts aren't like fully evil. Like US Agent in Falcon and Winter Soldier, we see like he's not evil, but he may cross the line certain times, but he's not fully evil. So I feel like the Thunderbolts is going to be a lot of those characters. So it seems like Abomination's rehabilitated and he ends up getting released. The parole board basically lets him go, but they're like, if he's gonna have to wear like a power inhibitor or something, but if he takes that off, or if he transforms into Abomination, he has to come back to prison, right? And another funny part, and this is what I meant by like, I guess in episode 2 I was expecting a little bit just the funny to be done. And I promise you, this is coming from someone that when superhero properties or certain properties just get too funny, and it's just like, you know what I mean? It's crossing that line. I'm the first one to be like, yo, this is too much. Trust me. But She-Hulk is that character where that tone really fits with her. So this episode 3 really just brought moments of that, because the parole board was like, so Mr. Wong. And Wong was like, just Wong. He's like, so you just confessed to like a federal crime, like breaking this man out of prison. And he was just like, I need to step away. Man did a sling ring portal and stepped out. Yo, I was dying because I would have did the exact same thing. I was like, yep. I mean, I did what I had to do. I'm the Sorcerer Supreme. I ain't answering to none of you peons. Like, you are peons to me. Y'all are crazy. Don't be talking about no federal prison to me. I'm gone. And then the man was just boom in the library, and he closed the portal. No, what are they going to say? They can't find that man. And if he wanted, that man could have done up everybody's memory if he really... I don't even want to get into this. That was just absolutely hilarious. So Abomination goes free, and the episode then ends with her just... Jennifer Walsh is just walking to her car, and she gets ran up on by like... just like this random gang that just have like these random gear. And like she kind of guessed, she was like, did you rob an Asgardian construction worker? And they were like, yeah, we did. And the man literally has like, one man has like a magical helmet. One man has like a magical crowbar. One man has like magical gloves or something. It's just random. But the one with the magical helmet was literally just like, just trying to go like this, and I'm like, what a useless weapon. Like, I'm like, nah, I'm just not participating if I have to have the helmet weapon, like, for sure. That's what I'm saying. But this is what I mean by it's not like the people or the characters in the show were saying jokes, but it's more just moments in the show were actually just funnier and just more evident in the show. And this was more the tone, like a courtroom lighthearted comedy, obviously, that will still progress the story and progress her character, which we do see her just shying away from the She-Hulk persona, her not really wanting to be it, but her just having to learn to mix the two lives and just getting more comfortable with the fact that she is a She-Hulk and people know about it and people will be up in her business. And the last thing, and I feel like this is obviously going to progress into the next episode, and we're going to maybe find out who like one of the big kind of antagonists of the show is, because again, I don't think there's going to be a villain, because who's going to really be a villain against She-Hulk? Like, she'll just box up bare villains that try and step to her. So I feel like it'll be more like corporate-y, organizational-y, kind of just organizations, just like criminal organizations trying to like plot against her and just trying to figure out shit. Because you see at the end that the people, the gang that robbed the construction worker that ran up on her, a man tried to pierce her skin with something. And they had a conversation in the car when they ran away, being like, did you get it? And she was like, no, like when she turned into She-Hulk, I wasn't able to pierce her skin. So it seems like they're trying to draw her blood to maybe make other She-Hulks. And they're like, who the boss is. So maybe the boss of them is maybe Red Hulk, but I know William Hurt obviously passed away, so I'm wondering if they're still going to do the Red Hulk character. But I'm just wondering who the boss could be and if they're really just trying to like get her blood to make potential Hulks. Because again, her DNA was like a little bit more special in a sense compared to Bruce's, because her merging process was a lot easier. So I don't know if people know that and people are trying to get her blood so that they could see how they could merge it with other people. And I'm just talking out of my ass right now. So, but that's how the episode ended. And it seems like that's where it's going to be progressing in further episodes. And I guess one slightly negative thing is, again, the short episode, it was only 35 minutes minus the credits. It was like 30. And I just hope that because they decided to do 9 episodes, that now we're only going to be getting 30-minute episodes. And I know like courtroom drama comedies and sitcoms are only like 30 minutes. So it kind of fits with that tone and that pace. But at the same time, it's like we've been getting 6 episodes with like 30 minutes and 35 minutes for even shows that were like 6 episodes. So I'm just hoping that as the episodes and this season goes along, we get a little bit longer episodes and a little bit more substance from each episode. Because again, now that there's 3 episodes gone, there's only 6 episodes left. So it's like the antagonist needs to be revealed. More of her character development needs to happen. And not only that, they need to kind of resolve how she's going to fit into the greater MCU and how she's going to be a superhero for the Avengers and for Earth, right? So they still need to resolve how she'll get to that point. So there's still a lot to do. And again, 6 episodes left. And if there's only going to be 30 minutes per episode, like, you know what I mean? It's pretty tight. It's a pretty tight window. So that's probably my one gripe about the episode. But I probably did like this episode more than episode 2. I did enjoy episode 1. Honestly, I think this might have been my favorite episode so far. Honestly, I'm enjoying it. I like the tone. Honestly, I like just getting a laugh once in a while. You know what I mean? Everything doesn't have to be so serious. So it's nice just getting like a random little lighthearted show that you can just kind of watch and throw on. And as a superhero fan, like it's still in a superhero universe. So that aspect still attracts me. So I'm liking it. It's not like my favorite of all of the MCU shows so far. And again, we're only 3 episodes in, but it's not like I'm like, yo, I'm loving She-Hulk. This is like the best, but I'm enjoying it. It's not bad. It's not bad. So the last thing I actually want to discuss is the quick post-credit scene where we finally, so when I mentioned that the lawyer got tricked into thinking that he was dating Megan Thee Stallion during the courtroom proceedings, we actually see that Meg Thee Stallion was actually sitting in the courtroom, giving her a little cameo. And then at the end, there was actually a post-credit scene of her basically signing with Jennifer Walters. And they basically just start having like a twerking competition. They just start twerking in her office, it was just a fun moment. You know what I mean? Good for Meg Thee Stallion getting that cameo in there. But yeah, it was just a fun moment that they had. And like Jennifer Walters was just like, I'll kill for you, Meg the Stallion. She was just like, all right, dial it back. You know what I mean? So it was just like a nice funny moment to just end the episode, and just, again, highlighting the tone and just highlighting what this show is about, and that this is going to be the tone that you're going to be getting for the rest of the series. So, you know what I mean? Get used to it. So that is it for my She-Hulk episode 3 review and my brief episode 2 review. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you think you would like content like this, reviews for She-Hulk, reviews for Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, reviews for House of the Dragon, reviews for Andor, trailer reactions, all that good entertainment stuff, subscribe to the Brandon Correia Network. You will not regret it. I appreciate you for watching. Catch you next time.